Are the terms Old World and New World wines totally scary to you and leave you feeling like, oh my God, this is such a huge concept, I'm never going to be able to get it? Well, let me tell you, it actually is the simplest thing you can learn. It's this basic. Old World wines are Europe, New World wines are not Europe. So there's a little more to it than that. We do know that the history of wine began in Europe. The grapes that we use all over the world, the vinifera grapes, come from Europe, from France, Italy, Spain, and Germany. The other thing about Old World wines is they're rooted in a lot of traditional winemaking and a lot of tradition in terms of what grapes grow in which region. So if you're in Burgundy, you will find Chardonnay, Pinot Noir. If you go to Bordeaux, you'll see Malbec, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc. If you are in Spain, you'll be seeing Tempranillo. In Italy, grapes like Sangiovese and Nebbiolo, and these are specific to different regions within those countries. So you don't cross lines from region to region or appellation to appellation in terms of grape variety. But when you move into the New World, it's anything goes for the most part. If you are in a region that can grow a grape, you can do it and you can have as much fun with it and make whatever style you want, and that's completely okay. So those are the two big differences that we see there. So New World wines are kind of like the Wild West in a way, because we do have that kind of freedom and flexibility to do what we want. But that isn't to say that New World wines aren't often very traditional. There's a lot of winemakers in the New World that really love the tradition of European regions and really strive to get those same kind of characteristics and winemaking practices into their cellar. On the other hand, you can find very Old World wineries with winemakers that really want to take it to the edge and get as innovative as they can and try new techniques and push it way past the traditional borders of what is done in that region. So characteristics though about Old World wines is that they tend to have more earth and more minerality. So if you're tasting a Chardonnay from Burgundy and then you taste a Chardonnay from Napa, you will notice a lot of differences there, a lot more minerality in those wines from France. However, you're also dealing with a very climactic difference. Napa is very warm, Burgundy is warm but not as warm, so ripening comes into play there too. But the reality here is when someone tosses out the term New World or Old World, the only thing you really need to know is Old World is Europe, New World is everything else, and that pretty much covers the subject. The only other thing that comes up is learning how to read a label. Old World wines have a little bit more information, they're a little more specific, and you've got to know what grape variety comes from that region, whereas with New World wines, the grape variety is always printed on the label, and you can watch a totally different tutorial on how to read the labels of Old World and New World wines from me. But if you loved this episode, be sure and subscribe. We've got lots of great content coming up for you. Thanks.